You can't write these type of endings. Joe Varello of Navy facing off against his brother Danny Varello of Syracuse, and Joe finishes with a game winner for Navy with 0.2 of a second left in this contest as Navy topples Syracuse in the Carrier Dome by a final score of 13-12. Navy, a team that hasn't been able to score all season long, scores 13 goals against the Syracuse team that has been able to outscore its opponents pretty much wherever it goes. Navy comes up with a huge win, something desperately needed. They haven't played so well out of conference this season, just one non-conference win, although they do have 7 in conference. This is a huge resume win going into the conference tournaments and the NCAA tournaments, having now a win over a top 10 non-conference team in the country. And for Syracuse, this one hurts heading into the ACC tournament. This was another opportunity to pick up a huge non-conference win. They also have not played that well in the non-conference, and this was something that could have really bolstered their resume as well.
This is Peter Katrumpis reporting for Inside Lacrosse at Keenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, following a 10-9 win by the North Carolina Tar Heels over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Though the win was an ACC victory for the Tar Heels, a goals differential scenario will keep them out of the ACC tournament. Despite Chris Cloutier's tying and game-winning goals to go along with 2 goals each from Tanner Cook, now it's Trippy, the Tar Heels had to fight and stay in the game close while keeping Notre Dame at bay, as Brian Costabile's 3 goals and Ryder Garnsley's 2 kept the Fighting Irish in contention and leading late in the game. Alex Vassal's 14-save performance and numerous turnovers during the final 30 minutes worked against the Fighting Irish and allowed the Tar Heels, led by Cloutier, to win this one and end a 7-game losing streak on the season.
Patrick McEwen here for Inside Lacrosse in Ann Arbor with my good friend Ty Zanders. We're here where Johns Hopkins has just beaten Michigan 10-9.
Yeah, I think it was interesting to see how the Hopkins offense would mesh, knowing that Shaq Stanwyck did not travel due to that injury sustained against Penn State. Patrick Frazier had a good day in EMO. You had Cole Williams and Kyle Marr. Joel Tinney had 2 and 4, his usual self. So definitely intriguing to see how that Hopkins offense would respond and where they go from here.
I think the 2 big things we've seen, Tinney obviously has the ball, initiates a lot, but I think we saw, and so does Cole Williams, I think we saw them do that even more often than they did normally with Stanwyck gone. I think that the 1 assist stat line from Cole Williams is a little bit deceptive, that he had, there's at least 1 hockey assist in there, and I think the fact that he didn't do more doesn't so much speak to him having a bad day, but I think it was the job that Nick DiCaprio did on him for Michigan. Really contained him and limited how effective he could be despite that increased ball carrying role for Hopkins.
Absolutely. He had Forey Smith, a top recruit from Haverford, 2016. He played in place of Stanwyck, ran X, but I think they did some creative things in offense with Stanwyck missing.
I think the other big thing to mention is Hunter Moreland, who's 17 for 23 on faceoffs. Really, I think those possessions made up for it, gave Johns Hopkins a bigger margin for error and kind of offset some of their turnovers, sloppy turnovers on the offensive end.
Yeah, and it was a great game. I think it really came down to the final minutes. I think Michigan played great in senior day, and Tommy Height was outstanding in cage.
Yeah, both goaltenders played well. 12 saves for Height and 11 for Brock Turnbow for Hopkins.
Hey guys, Dan Arestia here with a recap of the action between UVM and UVA today in New Canaan, Connecticut. Scoring was started early for UVA by Mike DeMario, but it was all about Justin Schwank at the face-off X for the Cavaliers. Won 9 of 12 in the first half, and Virginia was able to win ground balls, shots, and most other statistical categories at halftime, even though they were only up by 1 goal. Second half, Charlie Erdman started winning some more draws for UVM, and the goals started coming for the Catamounts. Jack Knight had a nice alley dodge to get UVM within 1, and then Ian McKay scored maybe the goal of the year for him with a lefty alley dodge and then rolling back for a backhand rip that beat Rhodey to the far pipe. 1 minute later, Jack Knight would score again to give UVM their first lead of the day at 9-8. Fourth quarter was all about UVM goalie Nick Wishuta, who made 8 saves in the last quarter alone on his way to 19 total on the day, a career high. It would take UVA most of the quarter to finally crack Wishuta, but hometown hero Michael Kraus would score the go-ahead goal with just over a minute left in front of his hometown fans, securing the victory for UVA.
Welcome to Johnny Unitas Stadium, where Towson earns a key CAA victory, beating Delaware 13-7. Towson improves to 2-2 in the conference. Delaware also sits at 2-2 after this game. This one was led, as many games have been for Towson, by faceoff specialist Alex Woodall. He won 22 of 24 draws against a number of Delaware poles and faceoff specialists. That was a career day for Woodall. 7 goals in the fourth quarter, really broke open a close game. Towson started with a few rebound goals in that quarter, leading to an offensive explosion. Jean-Luc Chetner with 4 goals, Matt Severo with a hat trick, Johnny Giuffreda and Grant Malouf each had a pair of goals in this one. This was an excellent game in net from Matt DeLuca for Delaware. He had 14 saves, but in the end, Towson was just too much.
Cornell's offense had another prolific outing, putting up 19 goals against Brown, locking up the number 2 seed in the Ivy League tournament in the process. Colton Rupp, Jake McCulloch, and Jordan Dowiak all had hat tricks and at least 1 assist. Jeff Teat posted a ridiculous 10 points on 2 goals and 8 helpers. Brown keeper Phil Goss made an honorable 15 saves in the shelling. Penn nearly fell to the Ivy League's most northern member, but some key goaltending down the stretch paved the way for Kevin McGeary to score the unassisted game winner at the 2:55 mark of the second overtime. Adam Goldner led the Quaker offense with a hat trick. Richie Loftus and Ben Martin carried the day for Dartmouth, with each scoring an identical 4 goals and 1 assist. Princeton kept their conference tournament hopes alive with a 15-10 win over Harvard. Austin Sims tallied 4 goals and 1 assist, while Michael Sowers scored 1 for himself and distributed 6 assists on the day. Goalie Tyler Blaisdell made 18 saves as Harvard outshot the Tigers 57-35.
Hello everybody, this is Jeff Shannon with Inside Lacrosse. Loyola will host the Patriot League Tournament after a big win over Army. The Loyola Greyhouse will host the 2018 Patriot League Men's Lacrosse Tournament after cashing in their check with a 12-8 victory over Army at Ridley Athletic Complex Friday. Loyola's midfield finished a combined 9 goals tonight, led by junior P.J. Brown's 3 scores. Jay Drapow and John Duffy added 2 goals apiece, while attackman Kevin Lindley also scored 2 goals. Pat Spencer finished with 2 assists and a key calls turnover in the fourth quarter. The Greyhounds won a piece of the regular season Patriot League title with this victory and have earned a bye to the conference tournament semifinals, which will be held at Ridley next Friday. Army will miss the Patriot League tournament for the first time in 14 years.
The Terriers built leads of 7-0 and 9-1, eventually putting away Holy Cross 9-4. Chris Gray put up 3 goals and 2 assists to lead the Boston U offense. Joe McSorley made 10 saves in a stellar defensive effort. A 10-1 run through the third into fourth quarters broke open a big senior day win for Bucknell over Lehigh, 14-7. Sean O'Brien led all scorers with 5 goals and 1 assist. Tom Smith added a hat trick and a helper, and Connor O'Hara put up 2 and 2. Will Sands didn't find the net himself, but had 7 assists. Loyola, Navy, and Bucknell share the Patriot League regular season crown, but due to goal differentials, Loyola will host the conference tournament. The Hounds and Navy get a bye until Friday's semis. Bucknell hosts BU, and Lehigh hosts Colgate on Tuesday in the quarterfinals. Connor Fields returned to action with an efficient 2 goals and 5 assists in Albany's 18-7 win over Binghamton. Justin Ray had 2 and 2, and Tohoka Nanticoke had a hat trick and 2 assists. A close first half gave way to Duke in a landslide win, 17-5 over Marquette. Justin Gutterding had 6 goals and 2 assists to lead the Blue Devil offense. Joe Robertson added 4 goals and 1 assist, and Brad Smith canned 2 goals and 3 helpers.
That's it for the Epic Game Day Recap show. Check out the Inside Lacrosse Epic scoreboard for all of the updates from around the country, the homepage of InsideLacrosse.com for all the analysis, and visit Epic on all their social media for all the gear that you're going to need this spring and summer.